it's time.
All right, here we go.
The Cocktail Show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Wow.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail Show.
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry. But wait, there's more.
I'm the guy.
Finger gun.
Garry Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour. Live.
Cocktails. Woo, drinks.
We're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
On Friday, July 12th, 2024. And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for Digital Mimosa. From time to time here on the show, I talk about Give Kids the World Village. That's the 89-acre nonprofit resort over in Kissimmee, Florida, that provides critically ill children and their families from around the world with no-cost, magical, week-long wish vacations. Its mission is unfortunately necessary, and therefore important. Indeed, it is supported by Disney, Universal, and the many other members of the hospitality and entertainment industries throughout Central Florida. Earlier this week, I was invited over to the village to witness the ribbon cutting for the opening of Mayor Clayton's Wonder Lab, a one-of-a-kind immersive STEAM activity center. STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The Wonder Lab is designed to inspire curiosity, foster collaboration, and spread childlike wonder to visitors of the village. Once inside, families are welcomed by an animatronic robot dressed like Mayor Clayton himself. That's the village's 6-foot Mayor Bunny Rabbit. The Wonder Lab includes all sorts of hands-on activities, including 3D printing, stop-motion video creation, button and sticker making, and weaving using 3D printed hand looms. Kids can learn to program animatronic characters, play collaborative games and puzzles, and a whole bunch more. You can learn more about Give Kids the World Village and the work it does, and you can also contribute at its website, gktw.org. That's gktw.org. Bookmark it for looking at it after the cocktail hour. In the meantime, don't forget that
The best way to watch this show is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
All of the past editions of the Cocktail Hour can be replayed on the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio.
And we may show them on the screen
and or talk about them.
That's good. Yeah. Disappeared.
Thank you for your attention.
Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live.
Here we go. On America's podcast. Boom. Shakalaka.
Finger gun. Massage gun. Ping. Okay. Welcome, everybody. We almost couldn't push away from the gate, but we have the audio on my end might sound a little different because we're having some difficulties. We've gone to another way to do my audio. I apologize, but it just erupted in the last few minutes. I guess we're going to have a little goo on this flight, so keep the seatbelt a little tighter than usual and your drink a little closer. I know I will. Leslie, Ellen makes it hard to complain about anything when you show stuff like what those kids are going through. There's your reality check.
Right. Start bitching as you look at children who have been dealt a bad hand from birth. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My microphone's not working.
Right. Your audio. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Really.
Well,
I apologize.
Perspective, kids.
That. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to have a good time anyway. That's always my plan. I hope it's yours, but I got to light the fires here and get the tires kicked and all that. And there it all goes. A good tire fire. Our tire fire from the 4th of July is still burning in the backyard. That should hold till about Labor Day. We were lighting our fireworks off of them.
Neighbors a little angry because they're kind of sooty, but hey, sorry, folks, that happens.
What are you going to do? You want to remove your condom so we can get started, and your cat?
It would be my absolute pleasure. And today's wine was a suggestion from our friend Terry Savage. She's like, hey, I found this wine. It's a reasonable price and it's damn tasty. So I thought, she seems like a smart lady with good ideas. Thank you, Terry. So here we go.
And
that was a line drive right into the computer.
You almost took the computer and the camera out and everything. That's good. That means we're going to be okay. Cheers, everybody.
We're in a good one. Okay. Cheers. Would you like the 6 ounce or the 9 ounce pour? 9, please.
9. Thank you. Okay, so how was your day so far? What did you do to get ready for this?
I fixed a kitchen cabinet. Well, actually, I fixed the problem regarding the kitchen cabinet. I've got an old kitchen, but it turns out, based on something we learned, it's considered a tuxedo kitchen. So the top cabinets are a different color than the bottom cabinets, but they have these... I'm totally in the weeds already. I have these very special hinges, very special hinge, and it's very difficult to find replacements. So I've had to jerry rig this thing, or jury rig, whatever you want to say. But I think I got it handled. I'm feeling really good about myself. I handy Andy here today. I got it.
Wow. Use some tools. Nice.
Power tools, no less. What I need to do is to be able to drill out a screw, and I don't have those skills yet. And I'm so afraid I would take off a finger and then have to call 911, and then I wouldn't make the show today. So I backed off a little bit on getting too over my skis.
We were talking about the 4th of July there a minute ago, and I saw this posting of a car going down an expressway in Chicago on the 4th, and they were lighting bottle rockets through the sunroof as the car is moving along this expressway. Have you seen this video?
Yep.
Yeah. And that isn't too insane.
They walk among us.
They do. And I had to make a comment there because it reminded me of that idea I had where you walk out into a parking lot and you can't find your car, but you hit the key fob and either fireworks go up or one of those inflatable things you see in front of car dealers.
The wacky waving inflatable arm. Yeah.
Right. Or confetti or something when you hit your key fob.
Right.
Shark?
Well, and I'm thinking, I'm the poor schnook who's driving behind with my moonroof open because I'm feeling good about the evening, and this thing comes and hits me in the throat. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's so reckless. And the idiot or idiots in the car doing this, that could go very wrong inside the car, and you're amongst all these other people going 70 miles an hour.
Now, that would actually be fun when they drop whatever it is that they're lighting these with, and then the whole car goes up. Like when they screw up a 4th of July barge and the whole barge explodes. Yeah, I love those days. Oh, yeah. Goodness.
We need more of that shit. Let's go to the screen door. What do you say? See who's here. Is that right? No, it's backwards. I told you there'd be some goo. Let's start from the top. Has Keely Ann checked in, Alan?
A couple of times.
Oh, goody.
Okay. The GarrForce should sponsor a 24/7 schnauzer cam similar to nature cams at zoos and birdnests. It could make Shark Week must-see TV. Yeah. All right.
Did you ever watch one of those cams, like the one trained on a cornfield and you got to see the corn grow, or an eagle's nest? And I got suckered into a frickin' eagle's nest, just like I did that giraffe giving birth. Do you remember that one too? Where it took like a week for this giraffe to finally drop her calf. But anyway, yeah, and the eagle didn't work out so well either because, like, oh, sorry, both of the chicks have died. And I wasted how much of my time? Thank you so much for nature.
The one I flick on once in a while, the live cam at the crossroad at Abbey Road Studios. That walkway there that people always pose on, even though it's 55 years ago when that album cover photo was taken, it's still active.
They still want to do it.
Day out. Yeah.
Well, you did it, didn't you?
I was there. Yeah, I have a picture of myself on it. Yeah, that's what you do when you go there.
It's like when you go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa and you have to take that picture where it looks like you're holding it up.
Now, is Garry barefoot in the picture, or has Garry got his shoes on?
I've got my shoes on.
Is this the real Garry, or is this the substitute Garry?
Right. Did I die and this is some kind of replacement? The photo that you triggered when you said that, Leslie, that I've seen, this is in advance of the Olympics. It's somebody lying on the ground with their legs spread, male, and then there's a woman. He's got the Eiffel Tower juxtaposed to speak French right there, where it looks like that's his junk.
Yeah. Golly.
Yeah.
Such fun. Well, and we worked right next to the iconic Marilyn Monroe statue that has now become quite the story. I think it's in Palm Springs where they want to have it removed. It's where it moved after it was in Chicago. And day in and day out, the tourists were taking pictures of themselves looking up at her underpants. Hi, Flynn.
He agrees. Let's do it.
I would have done it too. Yeah.
You're talking about a schnauzer? All right, Flynn. Thank you. He's my biggest fan.
Yeah, it is an anniversary. Do you want to?
Are we going to drag that thing out? Rick is a guy that we both worked with, and he wrote this book about a radio station that we both worked at. And Thomas went to an event, the book signing. Is that what he went to?
I don't know. And I attended the event. It was all, I think maybe he's talking about the original event.
40 years ago tonight, there was an event at White Sox Park in Chicago, and yada, yada, yada. And
a couple of wacky guys blow up a national baseball field. Come on. Why is everybody paying attention?
All that stuff. What's the other KA post? She had two. Got to give her credit on. Just in case you didn't catch my post earlier, the GarrForce should sponsor. Okay, yes.
Yes.
You did catch yourself. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. We'll pitch it to a network. Loyster, 1 cup, 2 girls.
No.
Don't do that. Do
not do it.
Google that. You're going to go down a rabbit hole. Deborah, Tom and Deborah in Wisconsin. Flynn, how you doing? Good. Martin from British Columbia. Always good to see Martin. Brian from Oh Yes, the house band of the GarrForce. He's doing the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky, and he will be doing a video compilation of all that, and we're going to play that on the show.
You know, kudos to Brian. His text is still quite legible, so apparently he is pacing. Good for you, my man. That's very grown up.
Looking forward, Brian. And Jim from Indiana.
West
Hamlet,
Mississippi.
AKA Indiana. Mississippi. Charles from WRLR and Gurnee, Illinois, checking in. Greg, Heidi Ho from Georgia. Hello. And Dale, Wheatfield, Indiana. Hello. Bradley, Scottsdale, AZ. 116.
Did somebody lock Flynn where he doesn't want to be? Do you have to go like free the dog or something?
I have had that happen before. We've had that happen on the show where he starts that, and I'm thinking, what's wrong? Is there a gate that he can't get past? But no, somebody's going in and out, and he's all excited.
Oh, okay. We got to know. He's a member
right.
of the show now.
He did lock himself in a room once, so we had to disassemble the whole door. And
I accidentally locked the cats in a closet, and I still have carpet damage because the poor little things are trying to dig their way out. They were not there long enough to really suffer any kind of trauma. It's fine, but yeah, they let you know that you effed up when something like that happens.
Right. Or they're setting things on fire on the stove, as you reported this week.
That's right.
Don't leave paper items on the stove. And who else?
Bags on the stove, please.
Beautiful summer day. Yeah, sunshine on your schnauzer makes me happy. Samantha from Mundaline IL. Hello. Glad to see you. She's here every week. And Kevin.
DD.
Listen, here's why I'm in denial of a lot of stuff, because the time. When you say, oh, that was 45 years ago, and people are going, well, how old is this guy? I was six.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go. You're very mature for your age. Yes, you went through
here's the deal. As we're noticing, aging ain't popular right now.
No, and it's cruel. Damn it!
Oh God,
so cruel. I want to Benjamin Button things starting right now. Is that
I'm not going to do politics right here.
No.
But I'm going to do an overview of Biden's press conference last night, because what it is now, it's, if you saw the movie The King's Speech, it's people waiting for the King George, to stutter, because that's what he's been doing up until that moment at the end of the movie.
Right. And everybody's kind of like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? And
I know, it's so weird. It's the people that go to races and want to see car wrecks. They don't go for the racing. They want to see a wreck. That's what it's become. It's just so weird. And then when he would lean in, if you didn't see it, he leaned in once in a while. He would kind of whisper. It reminded me of the movie The Social Network, that moment where Eduardo is being aced out of Facebook and he confronts Zuckerberg. You better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm coming back for everything. It had that kind of tone to me. Oh,
I took a speech class at one point, and it was explained to me that rather than speaking loudly, one should occasionally.
Right.
And you see a lot of politicians do this.
Yeah. What did he say?
Yeah.
So we're in this
make
weirdo.
Everybody lean in. Oh my God.
Yeah. And next week is the Republican convention in Milwaukee. I'm going to talk to Ryan in a few minutes and see what the buzz is. That's his neighborhood. We'll see what's going on there. And then it's just this march to November 5th. And everybody is, I just feel that everybody's in this weird mojo. You can't escape it. It's omnipresent, and we're all just kind of, what are we going to do? Right.
And now we find out that it's international. Like, I think the whole world is feeling like,
yes.
Geez, everybody just wait. 45 years ago, 45 years and 24 hours later, or 12 hours later, what? Oh no, it was on that day. Let me get my timeline straight. It was 45 years ago. What did your boss say to you as all that was going down?
So after we blew up these records, we went back to the press box, and we didn't know that all hell had broken loose because we were out of the park, and we made our way back to the press box. And my boss says, be cool tomorrow. Just be cool tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, we'll be cool. All right. No problem.
The entire world at this point should have T-shirts that have that on it saying, be cool tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Johnny from Michigan has checked in. My boss, Tom, gave me some moonshine for the weekend. Don't drink it. Really. Do not drink that, Johnny.
Although it's a thing. I think our friend Brian on his whiskey trail is going to encounter this. It's no longer Dukes of Hazzard. There are some very high-end moonshines out there.
Okay.
And if you go to Binny's Beverage Depot, who should be a sponsor of this show, damn it, with the amount of money I give you guys, please. They have an overhead sign that says moonshine.
Really?
They have an
Okay.
entire aisle of
All right.
moonshine.
Well, that's gone through a factory type of process, not somebody in their garage.
Right, where
Johnny,
you
be
end up with
careful.
where they mix it with battery acid and
Yeah.
antifreeze, and somehow you wonder why you can't talk anymore.
This building I lived in, the parking attendant made some moonshine, and he and two of his friends drank it, and they all died one weekend. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah, there should be standards.
Okay. Have we gone through everybody for the most part? Scott, he's always here, and that's Scott from Scott's Vintage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who sends
Ooh,
Leslie
and we've
stuff.
got some cool stuff from Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectibles in North Aurora, Illinois.
Michael says Illinois just passed the $1 billion mark in weed sales.
There is no way they're going to dial that thing back. I mean, good news, bad news. It's a great revenue generator, and I'm driving around a lot of people who I think are not taking their weed home to smoke it, but in fact are just high as freaking kites out on the road these days.
Yeah. So that's $1 billion in sales, and that's $600 million in taxes.
Huh. Yeah. Easily, because
and how big is the shortfall this year?
The debt of the state?
Yeah, well, not just the debt. This year's shortfall.
Just this year's.
If they got $600 million in extra revenue from pot sales, how much more do they need?
We're still down. We're down.
Still down. We got to go and do something else.
I sense we're going right into Lost in America land here when you're saying down that way.
Yes, we are.
How bad is she? She's down.
She's down. How bad? Down. She's down. She lost the nest egg. And then he's visiting with the casino manager. In a bold move, you give us our money back.
I got invited to go hang out in a casino with a couple of 20-somethings, and they're like, just, a couple $100 is all we're like, no, I'm not hanging out with you rascals on the off chance that I'm going to lose hundreds of dollars and my pride in the process.
Right, in 3 minutes.
By the way, that gambling thing has been pretty lucrative for the state too. So all the states.
All the vices are coming to pass.
I saw the headline this morning that Bally's got their financing to build the hotel casino over where the Freedom Plant used to be.
Of course they did.
Yeah. Well, they've been speculating for weeks that the company had too much financial problem to do it, and all of a sudden they came up with $1 billion today.
Okay. Well, it's
did
still
it
all
come
the vices.
from pot sales?
Yeah, it's all the stuff that was vilified for years, and then when you need money, we're fine with that. No problem. We'll do prostitution. No,
we're only going to do the prostitution outside the city. It's a test run. And
you got to be in 708 or 630 or
unincorporated areas, and
I don't want it near playgrounds. I don't want it near churches. I don't want it near schools.
It can't be within. It can't be within. Wait! It can't be within 5 miles of any speed camera or stoplight camera.
Well, that's nearly impossible.
You don't want. I was going to say you don't want to interfere with that revenue.
Okay. Well,
no politics.
We live in.
Yep.
Yeah. This is how it's all shaking down now. Everything that was ugly is fine. We just got to get to the promised land any way we can.
Be cool tomorrow.
All right. Okay. I want to bring Ryan on because Ryan, the poor boy, has had quite a week. And we want to wish his wife well. She just went through some pretty big surgery and is recovering. And Ryan is now taking care of young Henry for 6 to 8 weeks because your wife needs that long to recuperate, right?
Yeah, she had neck surgery where they removed 3 discs and then put a metal box in there to space it out so the nerves weren't pushed down. So heavy drugs, heavy pain. It's been a rough 48 hours here.
Poor
And
baby.
I don't understand how
Poor
you could do that kind of
babies.
surgery and send somebody home, but they did. And then she was experiencing a lot of pain, so you had to bring her back, right, to the hospital.
Well, she was in the hospital for a day, and then we had to deal with the pain stuff. So they come in through the front and blow it up and work in the back. It was 3-hour surgery, so it's not for the weak of heart. It's a surgery.
Yeah, but I was in the hospital for a week. I broke my ankle about 35 years ago, and I was in for a week. I got morphine and rehab and all that, and that's for a broken ankle. Now you can heart surgery at 9, be out by 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, she's on the morphine now, so we had up the game. So as I said, it's going to be a long 8 weeks. She's got the collar on. It's just not something that I wish on anybody. So it's going to be a rough thing, and it's just trying to get her comfortable. And then by the time you get comfortable, you get 3 hours and the pain medicine wears off, and you start it all over again. And
you're watching Hank, or does he like Hank? Because he was in the room before the show started.
Because last week when he was on your lap, he asked, "Why is everybody calling me Hank?"
Yes, Mr. Corcoran.
So how is
I call him that? I think it's fine. I think he would.
What would Mr. Corcoran like to be called?
Yeah, I think anything's. Hey, Henry, Hank. I call him Hank. But
is he in the room so we can mind our manners? Or
no,
should we?
No,
okay.
No, you don't. No.
So it's true. When I was setting up today's prize giveaway, I was thinking that perhaps Hank would be around because Dad's definitely,
right.
Taking care of all that. So it's like, do I give away a fuck today or don't I give away a fuck? So
Henry
as long as
he nearby, no, you can't.
And here's the thing: I can call it an F word, but it actually says fuck. So okay, so I'm taking one out of the jar, and I will include.
You have a jar, right, Ryan?
I don't. No, I don't.
You don't. You just sent them out as complimentary little items to your friends. Thank you.
So yes, I will give away a fuck today.
I think it's backwards and upside down.
Sorry.
There you
go. I mentioned that you're in the neighborhood of the Republican convention. What's the buzz in your neighborhood?
Well, everybody that lives in that perimeter of security is pissed off because most people can't get it out and go. So a lot of them are working at home. They're people that are really close, or the people are complaining, hey, the bus lines, you have to go, 4 miles around, and the loop now takes 45 minutes, which used to take 15. The Milwaukee airport is getting, all the CEOs are going to be flying their jets into there because they don't want to deal with Mitchell with all the flight restrictions there. So there's an article saying they're getting reservations for some planes coming in, but otherwise it's pretty open if they want to come park their jets out in Waukesha and then go down to Milwaukee.
Can I ask, is Milwaukee cleaner than it's been in the past? Are you seeing efforts to?
I haven't been in the city of Milwaukee in probably 6 months, so I'm not a good judge.
When you were last there, Ryan, what was your feeling? That
crap's all.
Was looking good, looking bad. What were you thinking?
I mean, I was pretty freeway, which is covered in stuff, just like driving anywhere else. So maybe they cleaned some of it up. I haven't been paying that much attention down there, but I think I just hearing more rumbling about the perimeter security, and then there's about 500 police officers that are staying out in Waukesha that are going to be helping down there. So
are they expecting protesters? Because I saw the list of people that have filed for permits in Chicago.
Yeah.
For the Democratic convention.
I think there's a few that have. I think there's a list of.
And the groups, I saw the title of the groups, and I'm thinking, oh boy, this is going to be weird.
Because they're all going to get along so well together, I'm sure. And don't they put them kind
ho. I want to trademark hey, hey, ho, ho.
With that gesture too?
Like Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly.
You can't hey, hey, ho, ho, and do this without paying me.
So, I think there's some businesses are just looking forward to the revenue, and then I think there's people that are just like, get it over with. We're so done with everything. Just move on.
Yeah. Well, it could be weird.
And then there was. I still think this is a bad investment. Trying to rob a bank these days. Someone in the local area tried to rob a bank, and isn't very profitable. There's other crimes that you can do other than try to rob a bank.
Why
So
isn't
what
it
are they,
profitable? They don't have
Ryan?
any money? What do you mean?
Well, you don't get very much money, and you usually get caught before you're out the door. I just there's other professions you could rob or do things to get more money than rob.
Well,
a bank.
there's Ryan suggesting better crimes than robbing.
Exactly.
I
What
just
would you
always wonder
suggest?
what are you thinking when you're going to go in the bank?
Hi, Henry.
There's Henry.
So with that,
Henry,
We're just doing good, clean fun here. Don't worry about
it's clean. Yes.
does this indicate that Gary's ideas for sticky traps and trap doors are no longer as viable as they might have been maybe 10 years ago?
I don't know. The guy went in had a suit and a tie on, and didn't even try to hide his face, and it just didn't make sense.
you had a local bank robbery go, and they caught him.
Yep, and they showed him he had a suit and tie on, and it was just kind of like, what's going on? So.
Well, he wanted to not draw any attention. He just handed the note.
Right.
And the teller was not thinking he was going to rob them. I mean, he was trying.
Yes,
Because
just like
for a
they
while
say,
there,
I think you said the best way to go is drowning, and I don't think that's the best way to go.
I've heard, and I don't know how this would be proven, that the most peaceful way to die is drowning. And this went around my high school after one of the students drowned. And then I guess that's the teenage way of saying, this is how we deal with grief, because we didn't have counselors back then. So you just say, well, that's the most peaceful way to go. And then it spreads around the school and you go with it.
Yeah. I always just remember you saying that. And like, that's just not the way to go.
A dead person?
Yes, a dead person.
A dead person, yes.
Did he actually die?
No.
We're just
talking in generality.
Talking hypothetical. Yes.
Right.
Here.
And what are Henry's plans this weekend now that you're fully in charge?
He has a birthday party on Sunday, and I think we're just hanging out tomorrow.
All right. Well, he's got the bobblehead going. It should be fun.
Okay. I have pictures. Do you want to do pictures after the sponsors?
Yeah. Well, I want to mention Bettenhausen early because their grand opening at their Lockport, Illinois location. They have two big guests tonight. Current Blackhawk Connor Murphy and Hall of Famer Jeremy Roenick are there till 8 p.m. Central. If you're in the area and would like to meet them, they're there until 8 p.m. Central.
Nice.
And
very
they've been doing a whole week. Yeah, grand opening festivities through tomorrow. And that's what's going on tonight at the Lockport, Illinois Bettenhausen location. And I think we have other things to show, Alan.
We got a new spot, if that's what you mean.
A new commercial to show? Sure.
Yes, sir.
Get 2.9% for 84 months at Bettenhausen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on 159th Street in Tinley Park. During the Make This the Summer event, Bettenhausen has your new Jeep Grand Cherokee, new Dodge Hornet, or new Jeep Wrangler right now. Get 2.9% for 84 months. Bettenhausen is Illinois' #1 volume dealer with a huge inventory to choose from. Showroom never closes at BettenhausenCVJR.com.
Yeah, big selection. You were there, Leslie, to get a used car, and you couldn't believe how much you had to choose from.
And what was nice was we were able to do our shopping online. I had an idea of what car I really was leaning toward, walked into the showroom. Jose met me right there and said, well, so here are the keys. Take it out for a ride. And I said, don't you want to come along with me? He's like, take it out for a ride. Get back here, at some point, a reasonable test drive. But you're a grown up, go take it out. And we did. And it was gorgeous and spit spot. I mean, clean as a whistle, this thing. And to this day, I have never loved a car as much as I love the car that I got at Bettenhausen.
And the selection, as I mentioned, they're number one in the whole state as far as inventory and customer service and all the good
and
stuff.
Impeccable, yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about David Hochberg in just a bit, but Ryan, if you'd like to come back and we can talk about him now. This is the guy you call for your mortgage, your refi, all the stuff that's associated with that. They'll do a free consultation with you. And those are the numbers that you call for that. And I know the rates are what, 6 something, but all that stuff.
And apparently the housing prices are coming down. Once again,
check with him and his team. They'll hold your hand at least and calm you down. All right, Ryan, you're back with what's that?
Michael, no, we will not be giving a Jeep away on today's show, but I will be giving away a car. There's always a car now.
Yeah. We have a car. You have a car. You have a car. They're little
okay,
cars.
Oprah.
When are we having Oprah on?
Yeah, really.
She's got to tell us about her favorite things and then start giving away stuff to our viewers.
She's a national treasure. Don't you dare say anything about her. That's bad.
But here's the thing. We have a new benefactor today. And a pretty cool thing that she has donated to the show. So that there's a tease for you. In the meantime.
We'll look at that stuff in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ryan, we have a few pictures here that
I do.
Okay, I saw this online. This is Jerry Mathers as the Beaver showing the person who was his stand-in when he was filming, and it's a woman, a small person.
Is that Tweedledee or Tweedledum?
I couldn't zoom it in anymore with it to not get blurry.
Yeah,
so
that's the gist of it. And that would be the person that stood in when they were trying to line up the camera and stuff when he was in school. And I'm thinking she probably also did a few things, like when there was this episode where he climbed up in a billboard and then fell into this soup bowl. And he climbs up. I don't know how they let him. You could tell it's him climbing, but when it gets towards the top, they don't show his face. And I'm assuming it's this woman who was also one of the munchkins in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
She's a little person.
Yep.
Hank, do you know what a little person is? Huh? Do they teach that in school?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a discussion you'll have after the show. Okay, with all the heat around the country, you walk your dog and you think, well, their paws, they're fine. They won't have any problem on the hot pavement. Are you kidding me? That pavement super hot, and if you ever felt a dog's foot, a paw, Leslie? I know you.
Yes, I have. Oh no, I have touched plenty of dog paws in my time.
Yes,
but
you
I
have.
like the idea that go ahead, for empathy reasons, wear a fur coat and no shoes. Isn't that a furry convention? Sorry.
Yeah, well, right. That is exactly what that is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. There's a furry convention at Disney World. This is a 5-pound ice cream cone.
Yes.
Why do you need
that video shows them making it? It's amazing.
And now, this is why Al Qaeda hates us.
You're right. Okay, so you sent me this, Ryan, and I clicked on it, and then I scrolled a little bit. This woman does all kinds of videos of her eating a lot of chocolates and desserts and things. That's her deal, right?
Right. And she found this place that does the 5-pound cone. They put like 2 cones together when they build it. And yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Why do you need a 5-pound cone?
Nobody needs a 5-pound.
So if we want more viewers, next week Garry will be eating a 10-pound turkey leg live here on the podcast.
There you go.
I'll bet she has 10 million viewers, right?
Probably. I didn't look, but yeah, probably.
And with
Yeah,
that,
she's in
could
her
you
car
maybe
eating.
give us some makeup tips and start your own line of cookies or something? Yes,
Really, it's
please.
this kind of stuff that gets all the attention. It's all stupid stuff.
Right.
Oh,
Well, you clicked on it, Gary, and Ryan clicked on it.
Ryan
I
sent it to me.
Ryan
I didn't know
clicked
about
on
it.
it. Don't blame us.
I don't know about this
Did you
stuff.
tell her to watch our show in the comments? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. What else? Oh, I saw this. You didn't see this. Speaking of watermelon, that's one of those
Oh, it's
tanks.
propane tank.
It's watermelon.
I think it's
And it's painted as a watermelon. That's good.
Oh, with a ladybug on top. That's actually very imaginative.
Yeah. And what else do I? Oh, I saw this fits the day.
Outside of a bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our motto right here.
Yes. Yep. And then
There's your sign.
Speaking of drinking, this kind of goes with, this is the follow-up to that pool floaty. This is the lawnmower full of beer.
I posted a guy on a floaty in his pool, and he had cup holders for about 100 beer cans, and they were all filled.
And I don't know if there was maybe some photo shopping involved there or anything, but I love the physics that would allow you to create a floaty that can still float that many beer cans. That's kind of a cool thing.
That's why we live in
Digital
this
artistry
country.
can do all sorts of things.
Don't spoil it. AI is gonna seriously.
Oh, you're saying it
in
was
5 years,
technology.
we will not be able
It's
to.
not just AI. Remember the tagline of the Superman movie with Christopher Reeves? You will believe a man can fly.
Well, and these days, based on what a 12-year-old can do, we will not know in the next couple years what's real and what's not.
No.
And
No, we'll all be AI, and that's what this will be in 5 years. All AI, or 2 months. It varies depending on how we accelerate the technology.
And I have one more that'll.
We've got
I'm sure
enough
Hank
recorded.
already put together a show better than this.
We've got enough recorded, Gary, just from this live show.
Oh,
that
oh
we
my
can
God.
have him
We can
say
just make
anything he
dude,
wants.
we're gonna
Yeah.
off you. Don't ride the subway this week. That's all I'm saying is don't ride, because I watched House of Cards. And things can happen, and then next week it's digital Garry.
Gary.
Yeah. Henry, this is medicine. If anybody asks you,
Right.
It's beer.
He's got sinus thing. Yeah,
It's
it's
beer.
it's cold
It's
medicine.
beer. Yeah.
God,
And have one more that'll make you cringe if you walked into this.
Uh, although there's somebody who's even more retentive than we are.
Yes.
yeah.
I don't do that, but nah, let's not get into it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
So 6 to 8 weeks, the wife will be recovering, and Henry will be with us for the next 2 months, and that's fine. Henry, if you want to display some of your artwork or whatever, you might want to do a segment.
Sounds like
There
it's
you
time for Mom to work on another Lego.
there
Yes.
you
Hey,
go.
get your artwork behind you. Here, wait 1 second. You said artwork. Get that one. We'll do this here.
This is
That's what he
Henry's
drew
artwork.
today. Yeah, he drew that. today.
Wow. That's very 3D, my man.
What is
very
it?
cool.
It's a C.
What?
It's
For
a
corporate.
C.
Oh, I
3D C. Yeah.
But he's
thought there was
learned
something else.
depth. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yes.
That's his logo. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's his logo. So there's
All right.
there's
And
there's your
according
artwork for the day.
according to one of the commenters, it's for Czechoslovakia.
That too.
No,
Henry,
okay.
that will be the opening
Is
to your
there-
segment every week now
Czech
for the next
Republic.
8 weeks. Henry's going to do a segment. That will be the opening billboard.
There
And
you
then
go.
Henry will do something.
There you go.
I want to come back as Henry in my next life.
Yeah.
This guy's got. Hey, when are
That's
you
a
going?
pretty
You
good-
going bowling tonight?
No, we're bowling Sunday because he has a birthday party at the bowling alley.
Okay.
So he likes bowling. That's his thing.
Yeah.
So
and
bowling
we're-
is not dead. Bowling is still something.
It is. It's very much alive. We were at the family league on Wednesday because I'm bowling in place of Jamie now because she can't bowl. So I was filling in, and yeah, it's a full house with kids and parents bowling.
Hope you have a decent handicap, Ryan.
No, because I got added, so everybody had handicaps, and since I was new, I was bowling raw, so it was
good times. Anyway,
here's what I've drawn.
Hey,
The schnauzer on a whale. That's my logo.
there you
Nice.
go.
Right. Represent.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna go maybe the Olive Garden or do something on that and check on Mom.
All right. Bottomless breadsticks and salad.
And
Can't beat it.
salad. That is
Yeah.
some damn good salad. Darn good salad. That is
Well, that's your
darn
mom.
good salad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Adios.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Leslie, you want to tease the giveaway?
I'm waiting for his
Yeah.
AirPod to get pulled.
Right. Okay.
And-
He's disconnected.
And Ryan
now
just gave
five-
the thumbs up.
now-
Ryan
okay.
gave the thumbs up in the green room.
There you go. So now if there are any swears or anything inappropriate,
we're good.
we're
now
all
we go
good.
to the adult show.
Exactly.
Of course,
Now
when
for
I
the
when I
adult.
post the show up on YouTube every week, there's a box that asks if this show is directed at children, and I
No.
absolutely do not check that box.
No,
Yeah.
no. So, what do we have for a giveaway this week? Of course, we have to give a shout out to our friends from Oh Yes. With Oh Yes koozies, I'm giving away 2. I'm feeling kind of generous. An Oh Yes guitar pick and bracelet. We
right.
have our let's see here. Scott from Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectibles gives us fortune telling fish. They're just fun as can be. Definitely got to have the X-ray specs. And with that, I give away lens cleaners because you don't want your X-ray specs to get murky.
No, you want to be able to see through clothing. with clear lenses.
Exactly. Walls and whatever. And a Spider-Man patch for your jacket or wherever you want to put it. I don't care. Oh, and some T2 Terminator stickers. It's a good thing it's not gum because I think these things are like what, 20, 30, 40 years old now. Anyway, Tracy from Wisconsin, and we need to do a special shout out for Tracy because it's her birthday. It's her birthday. And on Facebook, she decided that in lieu of presents, what she wanted was for people to give donations to Project K9 Hero. How cool is that? So even I got guilted into giving this week. On top of that, she's the one who provides our ball lickers, our bendables, and those groovy little cars now that she's giving away. One of those where you back it up and then it zooms across the floor. So happy birthday, Tracy. And please, anybody, if you know her on Facebook, but otherwise, even if not, donate to Project K9 Hero. That seems like, there you go. Good thing. Alan gives us our new line of refrigerator magnets. I, of course, always provide the condom, but we've got a new benefactor this week. We've been talking about opening jars. And so with that, a brand new jar key. And it's so simple because sometimes that's all it needs is that little bit of leverage on like a pickle jar to get it open. Oh my God, you guys already have hashtags going, but
now wait a minute. So let's fill in for those who don't know about the bottle jar opener. We talked about this a few weeks ago where these bottles and jars, they seem impossible to open with your hand. The factory is tightening these things beyond belief. So that will help you open these items.
Right.
And you got that from
Leslie from Westmont. She is the other Leslie from Westmont. And I went over there and we hung out briefly, and she's got a lot going on this weekend. So she may or may not be with us right now. But thank you, Leslie, because that's pretty damn cool. There you go. So anytime you guys can, we're always open to new benefactors. I thought that was pretty generous. So we got to figure out a hashtag.
How about hashtag Henry?
There you go. That's easy.
Very simple.
Keep it
Hashtag
simple.
Henry. Put it in the queue.
And with that, since the children are out of the room, I will be giving away a fuck too. So there you go.
All right.
Because I give a fuck.
That's sweet. There it is.
There
and
you
you've
go.
got a jar full of them. You'll be giving one away.
I do.
A week.
I think I've got something like 95 in there. So there's still plenty of. Don't worry about capitalization. Just hashtag Henry is fine.
Yeah. Put that in the queue right now, and the computer will pick the winner in just a few minutes. You've got a few stories, Leslie?
I do. And we didn't even tease them on this morning's show. I just, we were talking about all sorts of other things. But seriously, if I didn't have this story, I would have to hand in my weird news credentials. A man traveling between Hong Kong and China was placed under arrest this week for trying to cross the border with more than 100 snakes stuffed in his pants. According to a statement by China's customs agency, and this is a quote, upon inspection, customs officers discovered that the pockets of the trousers of the passenger were packed with 6 canvas drawstring bags and sealed with tape. Once opened, each bag was found to contain living snakes in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and colors. After being known as one of the world's largest animal trafficking hubs, China appears to finally be ready to crack down on this illegal trade.
He woke up, he showered or didn't, and he's loading snakes into his pants. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, this is where, too, when you're preparing a statement of this sort, snakes of all kinds of shapes. Don't snakes pretty much have a universal shape?
Yes.
I mean, okay, there are cobras and stuff like that, but shapes, sizes, and colors. But there were multicolors. And I'm thinking he had to have done some homework so that he didn't put poisonous snakes with their natural predators. And I don't know. But
as a rule, I don't like to put living things in my pants.
Oh, well, I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Right?
Each of these must have sounded better in their original language.
Be cool tomorrow and don't put living things in your pants. Officials at the airport in Hilo, Hawaii, arrested a man from Japan on terrorism charges after he allegedly packed a couple of grenades in his carry-on bag. Hawaii PD and the TSA evacuated a portion of the airport on Tuesday after agents discovered 2 items resembling grenades during an X-ray screening. Akito Fukushima was placed under arrest and charged with first-degree terroristic threatening, despite the fact that the grenades here were determined to be inert. Still, replicas of things like bombs and grenades are strictly prohibited and checked, as well as carry-on luggage.
Akito, come on, brother. You got the shirts, you got the toiletries, you got the pants, and the grenades. Okay, let's get that packed in there.
And that's what I was thinking. T-shirts. Do they still sell puka shell necklaces? Are those still a popular thing?
I don't know. That was big when? Back in the 70s?
70s maybe, but everybody had them. What are flip-flops? I don't know what you would get as souvenirs in Hawaii these days. Plastic leis, whatever. And what a generous guy Elon Musk is. The man behind SpaceX is offering to donate his sperm to help colonize Mars. Musk and his team envision a day when a permanent population of people are inhabiting the red planet. And what better way to grow that population than with itty-bitty musks? But all that will have to wait, because it turns out SpaceX must first fulfill its obligation to send a rocket to the moon as part of a $2.9 billion NASA contract.
I'm surprised he has any left. Doesn't he have 10, 15 kids?
He's having, honestly, he has like one a week these days, I think.
He's given Nick Cannon a run for his money.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they have like some under the table bet going, but yeah. Do we want one more? Oh, 11. Is that Rose? We're trusting you. He has 11 children. He probably just had one in the course of this show. So, let's say we do one.
All right.
more.
What do you got?
So yeah, animals really probably have had enough of us. Now it turns out it's shorebirds. Back in May, the New York PD, police department that is, in cooperation with several other agencies, began patrolling New York beaches with the help of low-flying drones. On the one hand, it's an awesome way to catch struggling swimmers or circling sharks. On the other hand, it's really pissing off the birds. Flocks of birds, especially American oyster catchers, don't like the encroachment on their territory, so they're fighting back and sometimes winning. These birds see the drones as predators, so they work in unison to eliminate the threat. Efforts are now underway to adjust drone flight patterns away from nesting oyster catchers, especially while they are nesting, which makes sense.
Nesting oyster catchers.
I didn't even know there were American. I figured when I saw the story, I'm thinking seagulls, because those little a-holes will steal your sandwich and jump on it. If you're eating by the ocean, they're like up in your grill and can I have a bite of your sandwich? I just want to fry, that sort of thing. But
you saw 2 foxes in your backyard the other day.
So I came home on Wednesday night and there these 2 were in the driveway. And then they looked at me like a couple of gang members. They were like, what do you want? What?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just trying to get to the garage. What you doing? So, okay. I finally crept on them. And finally they went, okay, fine. We'll let you get to the garage. And I stomped my way into the house then. Like, I'm a big human and you can't hurt me.
Get away.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The next morning, these same 2 are in the back of my yard fighting over what looks like a dead ground squirrel. And then they start screaming. And I now know what the fox says. And it sounds like a Taylor Swift concert. Because they're like, so yeah.
Oh, that's your interpretation.
That is not the sound they make, but if they heard that, they would be in my backyard trying to kill that thing.
There you go. You can't let your cats out right now.
They're cute as buttons, but yeah, I'd rather that they live SOPs, some other place.
All right, Leslie, thank you. Let us hit that button.
Lloydster.
Something away. Here we go. All right, who's going to win? The prize.
Don! Good for you, Don.
Don's going to win. Don's going to win. Yes, Don. What should Don do, Alan?
Well, first, Alan needs to unmute. Then Don needs to send his mailing address to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text 773-2. Gosh, I almost blew this. Text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply, so that Leslie can go down to the post office and get that stuff in the mail. And there's an awful lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Better than Bill's.
Turn this cowbell off. It's driving me crazy.
I got a catalog.
More cowbell.
I got a catalog today. There was Halloween stuff in there.
Yeah.
Well, the day after the 4th of July, that's when the Halloween stuff all hit the shelves around
Halloween and soon after Christmas.
And coming up at Walt Disney World in less than a month is the start of the Halloween parties, which I'm referring to as Halloween because I think it's August 8th or 9th is the first one this year. They're very, very early.
Garry, at top of the hour.
It is not. It's
Michael is pointing out that we're getting close.
It's actually only 6:59 on my computer.
Oh, okay.
Eastern, 6:59 Eastern, 5:59 Central. We can't. The tone will not go off until it is the official top of the hour.
or if I'm not paying attention, but it isn't 7 yet. We got 30
No.
whole seconds. We got 30 seconds plus those watching on the stream are another 30 to 45 seconds behind. So
How are we going to fill, Gary? You've never done that in your life.
Thanks for stopping by The Loop, FM 98, WLUP Chicago.
Oh, God.
So I was
we still got 5 seconds. That wasn't enough.
Well, and I'm going to talk over the tone here, but
there it is.
listening to a music critic saying that Pretzel Logic by Steely Dan is perhaps one of the greatest albums ever made. So
all right, cool.
I want to say that, isn't that a Steely Dan song?
Yes. Yes. That's when I was doing all nights at that radio station.
So
Mhm.
cool.
All right, Central Florida, where Alan is, it's 89, cloudy, and we're ready to say, here's the cannoli. It's complimentary. It's delicious. Please take it. There it is. And what about the schnauzer, Leslie?
Oh, somebody said some angry mama filler. I don't give a shit what you do with your schnauzer. Just don't make me look at it. Oh, easy, honey. It's okay.
Bobblehead. Hello, Mr. Letterman. Hello. Take the cannoli. What about the schnauzer?
You heard her.
What?
I don't give a shit what you do with your schnauzer. Just don't make me look.
Okay.
It's the
cocktail
talking in both of you.
That's true. I got my Luxardo, and it's going to go down in about 30 seconds. Thanks for watching. Back on Monday. Here we go. Kicking the tires, lighting the fires. We did that. Now it's time to flap it, put the wheels down, and
Be cool tomorrow.
Gary will see you all on Monday. Have a good one, folks.
I'm not driving. Good
3 in
night.
the green.
Here,
In the
I'm
green,
just gonna-
gears down, flaps are down.
I'm just going to
Voice
give
of
you
Club,
the
GarrForce.
left-handed.
Voice of the Club, GarrForce, America's podcast.
Blah,
Yada,
blah.
yada, yada.
And that's all the news and nonsense for this week, GarrForce. Thank you for streaming.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Please be sure to like and share the show on all of your social networks.
More eyeballs.
If you're not already a subscriber, show your support by subscribing to GarrForce Live YouTube channel. For those watching a replay, that button is right here. All the rest of our episodes, right here.
Boom.
Hello?
Shakalaka.
Did you click something?